everyone, it's Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and today I'm going to be reviewing Scream, which will hit theaters this Friday. This film is co-directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, who you may know from co-directing 2019's Ready or Not, another good horror film. It stars Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, and a whole bunch of other people that I don't have the wind capacity to name, but you know who in this movie. But we find ourselves 25 years later after the original series of murders in the town of Woodsboro. A new killer emerges and Sidney Prescott must return to uncover the truth. Y'all, it's been 25 years and y'all won't let my girl Sidney have some damn peace. Just let her have peace. At least just wait 100 years. Make sure Sidney dead before you want to have a new killer emerge. I just want my girl to have some peace within my lifetime, okay? But I'm getting ahead of myself. This isn't a review yet, but for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came. I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and should you pay your way to see Scream 2022, Scream 5, whatever you want to call it, should you pay to see the new Scream movie in theaters this Friday? Because that's your business, how you watch your movie, okay? You want to go to the theaters, your business. You want to stay at home, that's your business too. So, going into what I enjoyed about this film, and one of the first things that I have to say, I was a little apprehensive. You know, this is, Wes Craven, rest in peace, wasn't involved in this project. I know that Kevin Williamson came back as a producer on this film, but I didn't know. I was just like, how is this going to live up to Wes's legacy of what he has brought for these previous films within the Scream franchise? And one of the things that I'm happy to report is while watching this new installment, I felt Wes's presence there. Like, it felt like this film live within the universe of the previous 4 films. And what I will have to say is I want to give kudos to the writers of this film, James Vanderbilt, and also to Guy Busick. I want to give kudos to them because you can truly feel through the writing of this film that they are true fans of the Scream franchise, that they are admirers of Wes's work. And you can truly tell that they took this film seriously and they wanted to not only honor Wes's legacy, but to also honor the fans. And what better way, okay, to honor the fans, give them what they want, okay? But you're giving us blood. It's a lot of blood. It's a lot of gore. Like, it was already a lot of blood and gore, but I felt like after the first one, it wasn't as bad. But this one, I was just like, Ghostface kind of violent. I mean, sure, I know he's a serial killer. Clearly, he's violent. But, like, Ghostface was violent in this film. So I really enjoyed that. The kills were amazing to look at. The blood and gore. There were a lot of times sitting in the movie, I was just like, I'm really uncomfortable right now. Like, I know you're a serial killer, but like, is all of this necessary? Is it necessary? But it didn't go to the point where you just felt like, okay, this is just too much for me to watch. I was still entertained, but uncomfortable at the same time. Also, too, one of the things that I do want to say is that finally the stakes are high for our OGs. All right, we have Neve Campbell, we have David Arquette and Courtney Cox, who are reprising their roles, coming back to the town of Woodsboro as these killings take place 25 years after the first series of murders take place. And one of my biggest complaints that I had after the first Scream was just like, I mean, do they really feel like they ever are in danger? Because I feel like they're untouchable at this point. And what I will say is that I truly felt terrified for these characters. While watching that, I was just like, I don't know, baby. It's not looking too good for you right now. I don't know if you're going to make it to the next film. And I like that. I like that while watching, all bets are off. Like, nobody's safe. And finally, it's a movie where you're just on the edge of your seat. Like, for once, I don't know if my girl going to make it out. I don't know if my homie, he going to make it out. I don't know what's going to happen with them. And I was really excited about that. But also, too, y'all, this is how you have diversity in the film, and it doesn't feel like we're just checking boxes. This is the most diverse cast that I've ever seen in a Scream film, and everybody actually has something to do, and they're not necessarily playing these like token stereotypical characters. But also too, from a writing standpoint, it isn't like, hey guys, look at this diverse cast we have, and we're gonna say all these woke things in the movie. That doesn't happen. It's just a diverse cast, and it makes sense, and everyone meshes. And they don't do any of this like extra stuff to make you feel like, are we just being woke for the sake of being woke? or does this like actually have something to do with the movie? And I think that like this is the best use that I've seen in a horror film with diverse characters. Well, like everyone is just there, and I was okay with it. I was happy. I didn't even have any complaints. But if I have to say, two of my favorite standout characters in this film actually comes from the new cast. Jenna Ortega, who was absolutely phenomenal in this film. She had a lot of physicality to her role. There's a lot of physical acting that she's doing. You know how people say like physical comedy, but like there's a lot of physicality that went into her role. And some of those moments where I just felt so uncomfortable was just from the emotion that she's able to exude without even having to say anything, from her mannerisms, what she's doing. I was like, oh my goodness, like, baby, do you need me to come and help you? What is going on? But I felt the despair and everything that's happening to her. I don't want to get into any spoiler territory, but she was so good. And also too, with Jasmine Savoy Brown, I loved her in this movie. She is like a smart ass. She's saying all the stuff that the audience is thinking, and she's funny. She has some funny moments. And I really like what they do with her character, also her and Mason Gooding's character, how they actually weave them into the story. I will have to say, like, honestly, with the new cast additions, I didn't have an issue with anyone. I felt like they were written well into the story. They had good character development, and it made sense why their characters were there, but also too how they tie into the overall Scream universe. I thought it was beautifully done. But one of the biggest praises that I always have for the Scream films is really their way to like be honest about the state of horror. And especially as we get into this film, every single film has a commentary on where we were at that point in time when these films came out, on the state of horror. Now we're in this elevated horror phase. And I like that they're fully aware of where we're at, but also to reminding the audience as they're watching why the original Scream was such a big deal and how it really helped take horror to a new level for the slasher films. And I think they do a really great job of understanding the movie that they are, while also to creating something fresh, while still honoring why we fell in love with the Scream franchise in the first place. And for me, honestly, because of that, I had a good time watching this. Now, do I have any issues with the film? I really don't. And I know what you're thinking, Sharana, this movie ain't that good. But I was like, for a Scream movie, this is actually a good Scream movie. Like, this film will make it in my top 3 Scream films, okay? And I know what y'all saying. Girl, top 3, what you talking about? What's your ranking? I still say that the OG Scream is still the best Scream. After that, Scream 2. And then I would actually put Scream 5 after Scream 2. I know, I didn't think it was gonna get that high of a ranking, but that's where I'm at right now. So what I would tell you to do with you and your coins, for Scream, Scream 5, Scream 2022, whatever the hell they want to call this Scream movie, I would tell you to pay to go see it in theaters if you feel comfortable, because that's your business. I would tell you to pay to go see it. Take my money. Here. I ain't got no money. But if I had some money, I would let them take it. I would buy a ticket to go see the new Scream movie. If you were a Scream fan, you're gonna have a good time watching this film. If you aren't a Scream fan, baby, I don't know what's wrong with you in the first place then. But those are my thoughts on Scream, Scream 5, Scream 2022, whatever the hell you want to call it. Those are my thoughts on the film. As always, my name is Sharana from Paraways, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, bye.